So far in the campaign, we've connected with an amazing audience of over 80,000 people in Mississauga, which has been amazing for me that we got to that number. I wasn't thinking that scale.
Because what we want to do over the course of the next 2 days is to think how we can be intentional about the types of changes that this city needs to make to become a great city. We have 24 panels. They're big boards, and each board has a different question. And what we would like you to do is to visit each one of these boards and to answer the question on the board.
In terms of what I'd like to see Mississauga recognized for in 20 years, leadership in the protection of the environment.
I think that Mississauga should be known for its vibrant art style.
Mississauga es una ciudad de inmigrantes, por lo tanto, si Mississauga no se vuelve una ciudad con mayor inclusividad, no se va a generar un sentido de pertenencia en la gente y la gente se va a ir de Mississauga.
Well, I'm pretty impressed with the number of people that showed up today. It's really a good sign that a lot of people are getting engaged and getting involved in the process.
My instinct is more integration, more, living, working, entertainment in the same kinds of areas within walking distance or cycling distances.
Now I have the wonderful privilege of calling onto the stage all the facilitators from the different panels. Very quickly get a sense of what happened at each one of these stations.
We'll ask them some quick questions about their memorable moments over the last 6 months.
This has been an incredible process for me, but I have to say, many of you aren't aware that this process actually started almost a year ago today. There was a great deal of effort that went into planning and researching best practices on a world scale. We wanted to come forward and do something that would set the bar for the rest of the world on how to do this type of engagement.
We wanted you to dream about the future of this great city. We have to deal with everyday events and challenges. But we felt that the time had come, as we look at a new strategic plan for the city, that we should put on a very exciting, inspiring program to bring the best out of the people that will take the time to come out and join us.
We've talked about a whole myriad of things over the course of the past 9 months. Now what we want to begin doing is figuring out, okay, what are the top priorities? So when you walk into the room, write down your 3 ideas. You're going to be working hard with your sleeves rolled up from 9 to 3. You're going to have a break, and then at 6:30, we'll be back in this room.
We are a city that I think prides ourselves on having engaged citizens, great business opportunities, a highly educated residents and workforce, people who are tremendously experienced.
We're just trying to identify where in the city we can place nodes and basically divide the city into communities which can be interconnected by rapid transit.
We're pretty diverse. We're out there in terms of natural environment, building to people scale, showing leadership, looking at Mississauga within the Greater Toronto Area context.
To improve public transit and make it more green and better technology.
A park is good, a park with a fountain is better, a park with a fountain and a playground is even better. Those are the places we need to build in Mississauga.
Given the opportunity to participate, we can handle the truth. Like, this great thing about our society, our city here, is people bring all this wealth of experience, and not just coddled, developed nation, easy life that we're so used to, but people who come here at great sacrifice and live here and have hopes and aspirations for their families. They bring a wealth of maturity.
Everybody's interest here is started out as natural environment, and then we sort of expanded that into how people relate to the environment, and so it's sort of a social and natural, the holistic thing.
People are coming up with very innovative ideas, which is great, and the people realize there is a need of integrated, multimodal, sustainable transportation system for the city.
I think we're all talking about the safety and I guess the comfortability of pedestrians and community members in Mississauga and across the city, not just the city center.
The recycling is getting more of a problem. We're having more products that we have to recycle and not enough bins available.
So we need to get the people and the police together, working together to build a community, a better understanding.
My biggest concern is to build a better relationship between the youth and the police and teachers and the such, you know, because that is a cancer right now. And that could really help solve a lot of problems on the streets with crime, with drugs, with that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big issue for me.
We want to kind of dig down more into the details of how do we begin to implement these changes, dealing with the bureaucracies and all of the different levels of government. And personally, I don't understand how it all works, so I want to figure out, get educated how it works so that I can know how I can help.
I think there was also a feeling that people are ready for change, not necessarily change for the sake of change, but for something better to happen in the city of Mississauga. And through the intensification and redevelopment and new development, which is very little, we want to do it right this time.
Welcome, and on behalf of Mayor and members of council, welcome back.
We have Jen and we have Bruce. Try and make that a brief question.
I want to assure you of this as mayor, that once we have assembled everything, once the highlights of the strategic plan has been set, then I can assure you that while I'm mayor of Mississauga, we will do everything within our power to implement your ideas. You don't have to be elected to have a part to play in your community, in your city. An individual has an important role to play. We just have to give them the opportunity to play that role.